Zero hesitation. In the wild, second guessing is a death sentence. But today, confidence was the fatal flaw. From the darkness, the venomous predator lunged, banking on the target, crumbling instantly. It's a move calculated 1,000 times. Strike fast. Inject toxins. Game over. But this time nature flipped the script. We picture snakes as the ultimate assassins. Silent, surgical, deadly. Their venom creates ghosts in mere moments. But the wilderness doesn't care about your reputation. It rewards accuracy. And when a viper picks the wrong fight, the result is shocking, brutal, and final. The dirt is still. The air is heavy. The reptile advances with total conviction, a biological spring coiled to snap. Every fiber is primed, but it has misread the situation. The creature staring back isn't a victim. It's a warrior, faster than logic suggests, braver than instinct allows, and totally unimpressed by the poison. Boom. The standoff shatters. The snake lashes out at lightning speed, fangs bared, unloading its arsenal. But the strike doesn't end the war. It starts it. The target doesn't drop. It counters. In a heartbeat, the power dynamic flips. The predator's ace in the hole has failed, leaving it wide open. What comes next isn't messy. It's raw survival math. Every twitch counts. Every second is a coin toss for life or death. The snake pulls back, genuinely rattled. This should have been an easy meal. Instead, it's facing the one thing the wild rarely forgives: a massive tactical error. This is where the myths die. Where nature proves nobody is invincible. Being toxic isn't enough. Being fast isn't enough. Survival goes to the one who can pivot when the plan goes up in flames. And we are just getting started. If you want to see apex predators get humbled in seconds, stick around. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and brace yourself. The next brawl is about to get even crazier. Mistake number 2 is usually the one that kills you. When the venom fails, the panic sets in. It's not human fear, it's a system crash. Instinct starts misfiring. The strategy is broken. The flow is gone. And out here, losing your rhythm is basically a suicide note. The challenger gets low eyes locked, downloading every micro movement the snake makes. This isn't a random scrap. This animal was genetically engineered for this exact duel. It respects the fangs. One clean tag could mean lights out. But it knows the secret hesitation kicks the door wide open. The snake snaps again, faster, desperate. The jaws clamp on empty air. The retaliation is instant. A feint toward the skull. It's not a kill shot yet. It's a rangefinder. It's a war of attrition. Every whiffed strike burns fuel. Every wasted lunge pushes the reptile closer to hitting the wall. A loaded gun is useless if you can't aim. Potency means nothing without delivery. The clock is ticking and muscles are burning. The snake's reaction time slips by a fraction of a second, but that fraction is the whole ballgame. The enemy is waiting for that one slip-up, and when it happens, there is no mercy. Dive in. Clamp down. Not the body, but the control center, the head. The snake goes ballistic, winding and thrashing with everything it has left, but the lock is solid. Strength is irrelevant now. Timing just crowned a new king. Nature doesn't hand out participation trophies. It just tallies the dead. This is the cost of underestimating the opposition. When you rely too much on chemical warfare, you forget how to actually fight. Some matches are quick. Others are a grind. But they all end the same way. When you pick a fight, you can't win. If your heart is racing, just wait. You haven't seen anything yet. The next chapter features battles decided by pure velocity. Stay sharp, hit like, subscribe, and don't look away. What happens next is faster than your brain can process. Speed is the only currency that matters now. Open ground means no cover, no do-overs, and zero pity for the slow. When the venom runs dry, it all comes down to who is quicker off the line. Another showdown in the brush. This time the snake is a heavyweight, big, bold, and dominant. It rears up, trying to win the psychological war with size. The message: back off. But the rival isn't buying it. It moves in jagged, explosive bursts, refusing to be a stationary target. The viper strikes with surgical intent. The air cracks. The fangs miss by a hair. The return fire is a blur. Bob-weave retreat. Over and over. We are talking milliseconds between survival and oblivion. The dirt becomes a chessboard of reflexes. Here is the secret few understand. These rivals aren't immune to death. They are just masters of not getting hit. Their survival relies on geometry, predicting angles, and forcing the reptile to burn out. Every miss drains the battery. Every second stretches the snake thinner. Exhaustion is the game changer. The fluid motion turns stiff. The hood sags. The posture collapses. The challenger smells blood instantly. It's not bravery anymore. It's calculation. Full send. Direct. Violent. The snake is a beat too slow. The blow lands, but it's messy. The counterstrike hits home. Chaos and agony explode on both sides. No backing down. But no clear victory either. They break apart moments later, battered, gasping alive. That's the gritty reality nature documentaries usually skip. Sometimes nobody wins. You just survive to lick your wounds. No gold medals out here. Just permanent scars. If you're holding your breath, let it out, but don't blink. Coming up, killers that treat venom like water and end fights with brutal efficiency. Like, subscribe and stay with us. The heavy hitters are on deck. Poison is useless if the enemy never lets you use it. In this arena, fights don't drag on. They are executions. The snake walks in a legend and walks out a statistic. Zero warning. The aggressor is a blur, darting in and out, spinning the snake in circles. The head tries to track. The body tries to coil. But the geometry is all wrong. Every time the viper commits, it's biting dust. The target has already vanished. This opponent isn't sparring. It's hunting. The strategy is brutally simple. Dodge the fangs, crush the skull, repeat until the snake stops moving. There is no fear here, only experience. This creature has danced with death before and learned the steps. The snake overcommits. Bad move. Momentum leaves the neck exposed for a split second. That's all it takes. Snap. Teeth clamp down exactly where control is lost. The reptile thrashes, pumping venom into a mouth that refuses to let go. It's not strength versus strength. It's anatomy versus weaponry. Once the head is pinned, the most toxic asset on Earth is a dud. The struggle fades. Silence returns. Elsewhere, a different nightmare unfolds. Not claws, not teeth. Numbers. The snake slides forward, unaware the ground is alive. Suddenly, the earth erupts. One bite becomes hundreds. Chemical fire spreads across the scales. Precision turns to panic. You can't box an army. It tries to run, abandoning dignity, but the swarm is everywhere. Size doesn't matter here. It's death by overwhelming force. If that shook you up, wait until you see the finale. Smash that like button, subscribe, and get ready. We are looking at the sky's most ruthless assassins. At the top of the food chain, mistakes are forbidden. No warnings, no second rounds. When these hunters arrive, even the deadliest vipers are reduced to terrified victims. The legend crumbles right here. Death watches from above. Telescopic eyes lock onto a scale. The snake feels the air pressure drop, but it's too late. The shadow falls. Impact. Talons hit like hydraulic presses, seizing the skull. The fight is over before the venom is even a factor. Gravity does the rest. Out on the barren flats, velocity supersedes camouflage. A predator designed for the chase drives forward, weaving through lethal lunges with supernatural accuracy. The reptile hisses, winds tight, and signals danger. But the intimidation falls flat. That dagger-like bill hammers the spine repeatedly until all movement ceases. Do not mistake this for cruelty. It is the cold, hard definition of efficiency. Somewhere else, the script is flipped entirely. The serpent strikes the opening blow. A pinpoint connection. Neurotoxins flood the veins. The victim falters, drags its feet, and crashes down. In this round, the ambush was calculated perfectly. The hunter lingers, observing. Then commences the gradual, rhythmic process of consumption. In these split seconds, nature demonstrates its equilibrium. The viper is far from defenseless. It is simply not invincible. Even the hatchlings arrive on this planet locked and loaded. Diminutive frames harboring immense devastation. A single precise nip is all it takes. Yet infancy is perilous. Each triumph is shadowed by fresh adversaries. Existence is never guaranteed. Here lies the absolute law of the untamed. Dominance is a liquid concept. The stalker eventually becomes the stalked. One slip-up wipes out a legacy, and every beast exists merely one split-second decision away from the void. If this deep dive into the fatal errors of the animal kingdom held your attention, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to our feed, and share this with anyone who appreciates the unfiltered brutality of nature. Many more hidden wars are coming soon.